So you're thinking about a trip to the UK. That's awesome. But wait, there's a new travel rule called the ETA that you absolutely need to know about. It might sound a little complicated, but trust me, it's not. We're going to break it all down for you, what it is, if you need one, and how to get it. Super simple. You'll be ready to go in no time.
Okay, here's what we're going to cover. First, what exactly is this UK ETA thing? Then, the big one. Do you even need it? After that, we'll get into the rules, how to apply, and finally, what happens after you hit submit. Let's do this.
Seriously? Who doesn't love the idea of a trip to the UK? But hold on a second. Before you start packing your bags, we really need to talk about this new system. The whole point is to make getting through the borderway smoother and more digital. And you know, knowing the ropes beforehand just makes sure your trip gets off to a perfect, stress-free start.
All right, first things first, what in the world is an electronic travel authorization? Let's get right into the basics.
Okay, so the easiest way to think about it is like a digital permission slip. It's not a visa, let's be super clear on that, but it is a mandatory bit of digital paperwork you have to get before you travel. This is mostly for folks who can already visit the UK without a visa for short trips, for tourism or to see family. And the best part? The whole thing is done online. You can get it sorted before you even think about what to pack.
And hey, just so you know where we're getting all this, everything we're talking about today is pulled straight from the official UK government guidance. So you can relax, this is the real deal, completely accurate and up-to-date info. So, what's this going to cost you? Well, the application fee is £16 per person. And here's something really important to remember. That fee is non-refundable. Yep, even if for some reason your application doesn't get approved. Oh, and a little pro tip, make sure you're using the official government website or the UK ETA app. You might see other sites out there, but they'll probably charge you more for the same thing. The good news is, once you're approved, your ETA is good for 2 full years. That's awesome if you think you might visit more than once. It means you can take multiple trips without having to go through the process again. Now, there is one catch. The ETA is digitally tied to your passport. So, if your passport expires within those 2 years, well, your ETA expires right along with it. Just something to keep in mind. And this next point is super important, so listen up. Even though the ETA itself is valid for 2 years, any single trip you take can only be for a maximum of 6 months. It's designed for tourism, for short stays. It's definitely not a backdoor way to live in the UK. They're pretty strict about that.
Okay, so with all that said, we get to the million-dollar question, right? Do you actually need to get one of these? Let's figure that out right now.
It's actually pretty simple. It kind of breaks down into 2 camps. You probably do need an ETA if you're a tourist from a place like the US, Canada, Australia, or pretty much anywhere in Europe. But you don't need one if you're a British or Irish citizen. And of course, if you already have a proper UK visa or permission to live there, you're all set. Now, there are a few other kind of specific exemptions. For instance, if you're a dual citizen and you have a British or Irish passport, just use that one to travel, no ETA needed. Also, if you're a resident of Ireland traveling from Ireland, you're good to go. Oh, and if you're just passing through, transiting at a UK airport but not actually crossing the border, you don't need to worry about it either. Okay, for anyone traveling with family, please pay close attention to this one. Every single person needs their own ETA. And I mean everyone. There's no age limit here. Babies, children, teenagers, they all need one. You can, of course, apply for them, but just make sure every passport has an ETA links to it. All right, so let's say you've got your ETA. It's approved. Now what? What can you actually do with it? And just as importantly, what can't you do? Let's break down the rules. So what you can do is pretty much what you'd expect. You can come for tourism, visit your family and friends, you can pop over for business meetings or events, and you can even do some short-term study. It also has some neat little concessions for things like creative work. It's really built to cover all the usual reasons for a short visit. Now for the big cannots. And they take these very seriously. You absolutely cannot work for a UK company, paid or unpaid. You can't try and sort of live in the UK by doing one trip right after another. Claiming public funds is a no-go, and you can't get married or enter a civil partnership. For that, you'd need a completely different type of visa. And this is a really key takeaway, straight from the official source. Just because you have an ETA doesn't mean you're automatically guaranteed entry. Think of it this way. The ETA gives you permission to fly to the UK, but it's the border force officer at the airport who makes the final call on letting you in. It's just how the system works.
Okay, enough with the rules. Let's get down to brass tacks. How do you actually apply for this thing? I've got your action plan right here, and the good news is they've made it really, really simple.
Seriously, it boils down to just 4 easy steps. 1. Get your stuff ready. 2. Use the UK ETA app. I really recommend the app, it's slick. Or just go to the website. 3. You'll need to upload or take a couple of photos. And 4. Pay the fee and submit. That's it. So, before you even open the app, here's your little checklist of what to have in front of you. You'll need the passport you're actually going to travel with. You need a good email address, because that's where they'll send the decision. You need a way to pay, credit card, debit card, Apple Pay, Google Pay, they take it all. And finally, you'll need digital photos of your passport and your face. Like I said, the app helps you with this part. It's super handy.
Okay, you've hit submit, you've done your part. So, what now? Let's talk about the finish line.
So how long do you have to wait? Well, it's usually really quick. Most people get that confirmation email in less than a day. But, and this is important, the official line is to allow up to 3 working days, just in case they need to run some extra checks. So the big takeaway here is, please don't wait until the last minute to do this.
And here's probably the coolest part about the whole system. It's 100% digital. Once it's approved, your ETA is linked directly to your passport's chip. You don't have to print anything, no extra papers to lose in your bag. When you get to the airport, the airline and the border officials just scan your passport and poof, it's right there.
So when that happy email does arrive in your inbox, it's going to have a few key things in it. Obviously, it'll confirm you have an ETA. It'll also give you this long 16-digit reference number, and it will tell you the exact date your ETA expires. I'd recommend just starring that email or saving it somewhere safe, just in case.
And that's it. The UK ETA, totally demystified. See, it's just a simple, quick digital step to get you ready for your trip. Now you know the what, the why, and the how. So really, the only thing left to figure out is, now that you're all prepared, where are you headed first?